I wanted to be in the Byron Book Project because I really enjoy writing and I wanted to get myself out there in the writing world, and I thought this would be a good first step.
I wanted to meet people who liked the things that I liked. Meeting the people was the best part of the project.
Not many opportunities like this happen in Byron, so I thought I might as well go ahead and just give it a go.
I particularly like working in a group. That was new. Finding new friends, I guess.
It genuinely makes me happy meeting all these lovely people who all enjoy writing, and then of course learning from Sib and Tristan.
I love to write and I wanted to join a group or collaborative project where I got to write with other people who like to write. I think it was great to meet people who share the same passion as me, because it's kind of hard to find people that like writing and reading for their free time, and also really enjoyed learning new skills and techniques for story writing.
I'd always liked writing before, but I'd never done anything this serious, and I thought it'd be fun to try something new. Meeting new people who I wouldn't have met if it wasn't from this.
The best part of the project?
Probably at the beginning when we were all just playing around with ideas.
Learning all the new techniques.
Working with a really great author and all these other great people, and at the end having a good story to look back on.
Getting taught from really experienced people who know great things about writing.
Well, I've always really liked writing and writing my own stories, but I've never actually been serious about it. I entered at the very last minute and I was thrilled when I managed to get in.
It just sounded like an interesting thing to do with like-minded people. It was definitely worth it.
My story is about
a boy called Hopper who has these special abilities that I won't reveal, but he's able to use them in his attempt to rob a bank.
A man who has to rob a bank. Through some people's eyes, he would be called the baddie. Really, he was doing it to save his daughter's life. And without the money, his daughter wouldn't have survived.
Bellatrix believes in dragons and parents don't want her to.
My story was
A 71-year-old psychic woman who sees the bank robbery happening before it happens.
It's about this girl who's a photographer, and she accidentally captures this crime scene happening, and she has to find someone who will believe her and who will actually take her seriously enough to look at the evidence.
Late teens bank intern who slipped a note coercing and blackmailing him into trying to rob the bank.
A girl who is involved with past robbery, and she gets blackmailed to keep it a secret.
It's about this boy and he's with his best friend and they're hanging out, and then they see this guy and he's trying to burn down a building for spoiler reasons.
An 11-year-old girl who overhears a conversation about a bank robbery, and she thinks it seems pretty suspicious, so she looks into it and finds out that two men are going to rob the bank.
a Spanish boy named Camilo who lives on the streets, and one day he overhears some robbers talking and he takes the opportunity to steal the money that they're going to rob from the bank.
5 years ago they robbed a bank, and it's sort of about them getting back together and seeing each other for the first time, and them sharing how they felt about that night, because they haven't been able to tell anyone, because illegal.
It's about an 11-year-old girl who gets blackmailed by her landlord to rob a bank.
My story is basically about a girl being chased through Byron, and if you want to know more, you're just going to have to read the book.